Not all Dragon-type Pokemon are actually dragons. So what are they really? As of Generation 9, there are over 75 different Dragon-type Pokemon. Some of them look like the classic fairy tale dragons we all imagine, while others don't resemble a dragon at all. And then, of course, there are Pokemon that look like dragons but actually aren't. Today, we're going to break down exactly what kind of dragon each Dragon-type Pokemon is, whether they're closer to a traditional dragon, a wyvern, a drake, or something else entirely. Before we dive into the Pokemon, let's quickly go over the main classifications of dragons. First, we have the true dragon, complete with wings and 4 legs. Then there's the wyvern, which is very similar, but with only 2 legs. Next are drakes, 4 legs but no wings. Taking away more appendages, we have the lindworm, a long serpentine dragon with only 2 legs. Remove those legs entirely, and you're left with the basic worm. A worm in the sea, that's a sea serpent. One in the sky, perhaps with feathers, that's a quetzalcoatl. Add some wings to a serpent, and now we have an amphitheater. Go back to the true dragon and give it multiple heads, and you have a hydra. Add a chicken head and legs to a wyvern, and you got a cockatrice. A serpentine-like dragon that loves fire, that's a salamander. Finally, a serpentine dragon with legs that flies gracefully, that's a Chinese dragon. With our dragon classifications in mind, it's time to meet the Pokemon themselves. Let's start at the beginning, the Dragonite line. Dratini and Dragonair are both worms, while Dragonite is a true dragon. 4 legs, wings, the full majestic package. Johto only gave us one new dragon, Kingdra, best classified as a sea serpent. Hoenn more than doubled the dragon-type roster. Vibrava and Flygon, though bug-like in appearance, are true dragons, 4 legs and wings. Altaria fits the wyvern classification, 2 legs and wings, shown more prominently in its mega form. Bagon dreams of flying, but like its evolution Shelgon, it has no wings, so both are considered drakes. When Bagon evolves into Salamence and finally gains its wings, it becomes a true dragon. Latias and Latios are true dragons. Yes, those are little legs back there. Rayquaza is a bit trickier, but its serpentine body with some limbs that flies makes it a Chinese dragon. Sinnoh seem to favor one type of dragon more than the rest. Gible, Gabite, and Garchomp are all drakes, alongside the legendary Dialga and Palkia. Giratina's altered form is also a drake, but its origin form, flying and serpentine, fits a quetzalcoatl. Unova is home of the most mysterious dragon of them all, but how are the rest classified? Axew, Fracture, and Haxorus are drakes, while the standalone Druddigon fits as a true dragon. Dino starts off as a drake, but becomes a hydra once it evolves into both Zweilous and Hydreigon. The legendary dragons Reshiram and Zekrom are a wyvern and a true dragon, while the empty husk of Kyurem is a drake. I wonder what type the original dragon is. Kalos introduced some of the most underwhelming but diverse dragons. Dragalge is another great example of a sea serpent, looking more like seaweed or algae though. The dinosaurs, Tyrunt and Tyrantrum, are both drakes. The Goodra line mixes things up a bit and shows true evolution. Gumi is best classified as a worm. Sliggoo gains a pair of appendages, becoming a lindworm, and Goodra gains another pair, becoming a drake. Noibat and Noivern are the perfect examples of wyverns, and very fitting of their names. Zygarde originates as a worm in its 50% form, but becomes a drake in both its 10% and complete forms. Generation 6 also added some new dragon types with the introduction of Mega Evolutions. Charizard finally becomes a dragon, and is a true dragon. Ampharos and Sceptile also gain the dragon type, but are drakes at heart. Alola brings color and variety to our lineup of dragons. Turtonator is a drake, while Drampa is the best representation we have of a quetzalcoatl. Jangmo-o, Hakamo'o, and Komo-o are all drakes. Guzzlord, scary as it is also a drake. Ultra Necrozma is a tricky one, given it has 2 sets of wings, but I'll classify it as a wyvern, as it has wings and only 2 legs. Naganadel is tricky as well, but I like to think that those 2 smaller stingers are actually little legs, just like on the Lotties, making it a true dragon. The regional variant Executor is best classified as a lindworm, while the dragon-type versions of Arceus and Silvally are both drakes. Galar pushes the limits of what counts as a dragon. Applin, while not exactly looking like a dragon, is actually a worm. It's the worm in the apple. Flapple is the perfect example of an amphitheater, while Appleton is a standard drake. Dipplin continues to be the worm in the apple, while the appropriately named Hydrapple is a hydra. The mixed up fossils are half dragon, I guess, with Dracozolt being a drake and Dracovish being a lindworm. The architectural Duraludon and Archaludon are both drakes. The ghostly line of Dreepy, Dracloak, and Dragapult are all variations of Chinese dragons, as is the monstrous Eternatus. the Golem Dragon Regidrago's signature move, Dragon Energy. Little misleading. It's not a true dragon, but a drake. Paldea adds dragons from across time. Cyclozar, the modern-day motorcycle, is a drake, while the sushi dragon Tatsugiri is a worm. The frigid kaiju Baxcalibur, as well as its two pre-evolutions Frigibax and Arctibax, are all drakes. Roaring Moon, much like its relative in the future, is a true dragon. The past version of the motorcycle, Koraidon, is a drake, while the future version, Miraidon, is a Chinese dragon. Last but not least, the past versions of the legendary beasts, Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, and Raging Bolt, are all drakes. And there you have it, every dragon-type Pokemon classified, from worms and wyverns to true dragons and drakes. Not all dragon-type Pokemon are what they seem, but now we know exactly what kind of dragons they really are. Which dragon-type Pokemon do you think is the truest dragon? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Pokemon content.